So we
hello. We
Happy
switched
Monday,
sides.
motherfucker! Mariam, they're not gonna know that though. They're not gonna know
If
we
you're
switched
listening,
sides.
you don't know we switched sides. But if you're watching on YouTube, you're now seeing our good sides. And
Or what we've decided.
we've been holding back because we didn't want to get too many suitors.
Right.
But now we're willing to really show off the goods.
Yeah, we're both covering our face with bangs.
Greasy
Look
hair.
at me.
Yeah.
We're kicking things off today with an exciting announcement from a very good friend of ours,
Yeah.
Marsha Hovey,
Marsha Hovey.
who is doing something that is fucking amazing in her neighborhood that we wanted to tell you guys about.
Yeah. You've heard us mention her name before. She and Becky
Marsha!
and Big Ange
Ange!
go all the way back to snowboarding days on Mount Hood.
Get ripped, my brother.
Marsha
Oh, yeah.
now is living in a small community in Osceola, Wisconsin. She is basically single-handedly rallying the community to build a skate park in this town. She has started a nonprofit. She's been raising money for the last year plus. She's created merch that you can buy that all of the proceeds go to this fundraising effort in order to build a skate park. Skateboarding is not something that I do. I would love to be that cool, but it is one of the sports that the demographic of young women is growing rapidly. I think what I am familiar with is being a woman in a male-dominated field. Becky, similarly in comedy.
You rolled up today and you go, I took off my steel-toed boots for this podcast. Is my hair fucked up from my hard hat?
In my car right now are
We're in
steel-toed boots.
male-dominated industries.
Constantly questioning our sexuality as a result.
Yeah, but it's a very supportive community. Like when there are other women out there,
Oh, yeah.
they fucking are there for each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't see many of them.
No. And that's part of why we wanted to do this shout out. We love Marsha to death.
Yeah.
She's a fucking badass.
Yep.
She's doing this amazing thing in her community. So we were going to ask all of you guys if you can pitch in to this effort. If you visit osceolaskatepark.org, that's their website. You can donate on there. Occasionally they have merch that's available. Again,
How the fuck do you spell Osceola?
Osceola is Osceola, skatepark.org. Their target is $200,000. They've currently already raised $63,000. Marsha's literally on the streets hosting garage sales, putting signs up, organizing community skate events to rally people. It's been awesome to watch.
She's a hustler.
She's amazing.
Something also
Something also you think
something also worth noting is that there are an extremely lower number of injuries in action sports than there are in
football.
You might not think that because you're like, well, you can drop it into a half pipe and it's cement.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of bounce back. You got your knee pads, you got your helmet.
Yeah, so don't be scared about your kids, bruising, scraping their elbows.
Yeah.
Football's way more contact heavy. I don't know if that's a term, but it is now. And yeah, I mean, the other thing too is during the pandemic, there wasn't a lot of places you could go. So people were going to the outdoors, going on hikes, all this other stuff. And a lot of people were in search of skate parks where they could build community, meet friends, do the thing that they love doing, work on their mental health. Obviously, a subject matter that's important to us here is mental health.
Yeah. Looking for a place you can throw on a metal belt and just fuck around.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I remember the first time dropping into a quarter pipe at High Cascade.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so scary, but everyone's like, come on, you can do it. It's like jumping off a bridge, not in the dark way, in the fun way.
Yeah.
When you won't die. But dropping, it's like you're flying. It's a great sport. If you can help in any way, go on there. It's osceolaskatepark.org. We'll put the link in our description for this episode, and also follow us on Instagram @StartAtBirth. We will post her
her little video clip about the work she's been doing to our page too.
Cheers to the shredders.
Cheers to the shredders. I've watched Marsha skate because we've done some traveling together, and I am just like bubbling over with pride and envy, and I'm just like, God, she's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
She's just like so comfortable, and like watching her, I watched her teach. Like there was like a 4-year-old that wanted to learn how to skate that was there with her moms who didn't skate, and Marsha's like, her moms yeah, of course. But Marsha's like, do you want to know how to do this? Like, and literally just started coaching this girl, and she did the drop, like whatever it was, she dropped in on this like little baby ramp, and Marsha was like teaching her how to like put her weight forward, and it was so cool to just see how she just like embraces everyone, and like literally you watch community build in front of your eyes. She's amazing. We love her. Wanted to support her.
I jizz over those clips on TikTok.
Little girls in tutus skating.
Well, Mariam, the hell?
They're so cute.
First off, it would be weird to finish off my sentence about jizzing with little girls in tutus.
You're right. I take it back.
After like, we don't want to cut much this episode. You come out swinging.
We can cut that.
No, whatever. What I was going to say, though, is the girls that are rollerblading, it just looks like they drop in and then they can do front flips, they can do back flips, and then they just whoop, whack it like you would feel like you're flying.
Yeah.
I don't know if just because I've been snowboarding a lot lately and I'm like, hey, I got the need for speed.
Yeah.
Nicer.
You're such an adrenaline, like, yeah, you love that.
It just feels good.
Totally.
You flying.
The wind in your hair.
Yeah.
Breeze on your back.
Yeah. I've calmed down a little bit since the drive here.
Oh, good. Good. Do you want to?
That situation happened twice today, by the way.
Which situation?
Earlier I was on the phone with Kendall, who is now officially part-time with She Gone Inc.
Okay, welcome, Kendall.
Very exciting. She was on this podcast a couple times ago. You guys might remember her well. She gonna be traveling with me a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the phone with her, and a bee came up and smacked me in the face, and I screamed on the phone with her. And then when I was driving here with you, a spider just goes, dee-dee-loo, 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 right down onto my fucking lap. And I nearly crashed at first. If you hadn't been on the phone, dude.
I was so worried you were going to.
You immediately started with a meditation. You go, it's smaller than you. It's smaller than you. You're much bigger than it. You're huge. You're 300 pounds.
I did not say that.
It's minuscule.
That's what, when I like feel myself getting scared of spiders, I'm like, I could crush you, bitch. Like, I just like to have to tell myself how much bigger I am. And then I'm like, I'm not scared of you.
Oof, I don't have that.
What I heard on my end of the phone was like, oh my God, no, oh no. It's like, is it a spider, Becky?
It just means like there's something else. There's some sort of spider universe going on in my car.
No, it doesn't.
Now I'm going to be scared to drive anywhere.
It means it was raining all weekend and you didn't drive much, and one little spidey was like, I'm going to find some dry space for me to live for a little bit.
You think?
Yeah.
Probably laying eggs.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But you were freaking out.
Yeah, I swerved
Dude.
nearly like almost all the way off the 10.
Becky.
You brought me back. It's all right.
Okay.
I mean, thank you,
Not the first time I've guided you through a meditation.
I swear it's going to climb up out of here.
No, it's
at some
not.
point during the
You're
podcast.
good.
I just felt a little tickle.
I'll get it. I'll dive across this table and I will let that little sucker free outside.
Okay.
I used to squish them and now I save them.
You save them?
I used to squish them and now I just take them outside.
I'm starting to worry about my friends.
They deserve to live. Cockroaches, on the other hand.
No.
You dying.
Mm-hmm. If you can kill them, good luck.
I have.
Their shields are so strong.
They are. Dude, okay. The one time in my apartment here, I live in filth. I've got cockroaches in my apartment. No, I've had a few over the years. LA has cockroaches. Whatever.
Yeah. Every city that matters has cockroaches.
There was a cockroach that flew. I didn't even know they could fly, but apparently
they can fly all right.
In the hot weather. Yeah, this little sucker flying, and I was like, please let that be a moth. and it was not a moth. And I'm terrified of moths, but this thing,
Why moths?
Because they're freaky and they are sporadic and I don't like them and they leave dust.
No wonder you feel weird about me.
What do you mean freaky?
I'm
and
sporadic and leave dust.
Anyway, this cockroach comes flying in, lands on the wall.
Big guy, little guy?
Big guy. I feel my heart just like I'm just like, no. And I was wearing my hot pink slides.
Mm-hmm.
And I
remember this.
I took my sandal off and I chucked it at the wall and dead on smashed that sucker. First hit, it left a shoe print on my, like 8 feet up off the floor. There was a little shoe print on my wall. But I was honestly very proud of that shot. I was like, I got that sucker dead on.
Head on.
Just no hesitation. I was like, because I couldn't get too close because he could fly into my face, you know?
Yeah.
Needed to be a long shot.
For sure.
Yeah, I was pretty proud.
Would that be your go-to move for any type of intruder or just a roachy? And I can kind of see you doing that with like a human.
With anyone?
Yeah,
why?
being like,
I don't know. I mean, my like fight or flight, I'm not impressed by my fight or flight reactions. I got punched by the homeless lady downtown.
Yeah.
And my reaction is the most pathetic. I didn't fight or fly. I just went, like I put my hands up in a shrug, like the emoji. And I was just like, what did I say something? Like I was trying to reason with this person who's either mentally unwell or on a lot of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was paralyzed, just like doing this. And then it wasn't until she started chasing me that I was like, oh, run, you.
We run, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we already talked about this on the podcast. No. Yeah, we've talked about it.
No.
Yeah, and then I booked it, and then as soon as I came in contact with another human, I started bawling and was just like, there was this lady outside.
And then that person punches you?
Yeah, exactly. She throws her sandal at me.
Hits you dead on. Shoe mark all over the face. I remember that because I came to your house and the shoe mark was still there.
I can see that.
Do you remember that? And
no.
You told the tale.
Yeah. I did end up wiping it off eventually.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. I think I was proud of it. I think I left it for a few days.
Yeah, I think that was the story I heard.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, look at my new, and you and your weird art and your tiny TV.
It's not that small.
Tiny, dude. It's as big as one of our cameras.
Okay.
Tiny.
I
want to come over and watch Fleabag. I was like, yeah, but I didn't bring my glasses, so I guess I'll sit right
bring
in
my
front.
telescope.
And then everyone says my TV is too big.
It's way too big.
Dude, there's no such thing as a TV too big.
Yes,
why do you think we go to the theater?
Exactly. Go to the theater if you need a big screen.
Have one at home, ideally.
Nah.
Oh, Jesus. Why do you think I'm always stealing popcorn from the studio?
Yeah.
Because I've got a little home theater. I'm not wearing a bra, so I keep wanting to be like, ew. And there's little grease stains on my sweatshirt. Fucking A.
You know, we're surviving. We're doing good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, my TV may be small, but what I had before that was an iPad mini.
That's true.
So we're moving up slowly but surely.
Yeah. Yeah. I was worried on the drive here that I was going to cry today on the podcast.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And now, not even near it.
Now I feel better.
Good. Love this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, dare I say, I bring the good out of you?
I don't know about that, Mariam. But I did decide yesterday that I was going to do another 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what you'd call that. Do I call it my own little version of March Madness?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
it is March 1st. Oh, yeah. Let's do March Madness. Okay. I like this.
All right.
And then people start asking you about sports.
Yeah.
And you'll just have to make up some stats.
Okay.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a nice little reset. And hopefully, I think you just one day at a time. That's what they say, you know? Get through the month.
Yeah. A lot. It has been a pretty crazy couple weeks.
Well, you were just
at the homestead.
Yeah.
Some stuff has gone on that I've never experienced in in my life. And if we can talk about it at some point, because I do think it could be helpful, then we will.
Yeah.
But it's not up to us.
Yeah.
Well,
we need some third party
confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
but no,
a
it's
fourth
been
party
wild.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, again, just reminding me how, like, lucky I am to have you guys, good friends that care
Yeah.
in those tough times.
Well, we got each other's backs, you know?
I know.
It's, again, that without, like, for someone who hermits in times of turmoil, it's good. It's a good reminder for me to, like, be in these more, like, community oriented, like, everyone rallies together to, like, help make something better, you know, or to support people or whatever. It's a good reminder that, like, you have that, even if it's not my default to reach out, that I know I could, or that exists, you know.
Yeah.
It's good.
Definitely. So the idea today?
Well, okay. What prompted it, you just got back from Aspen where there was a music festival. Or
I guess, yeah. Oh, yeah, there
right?
was. Yeah. I wasn't really aware. So it was also at the same time as the Laugh Fest. But there was. It was like Kygo and Jack White and DJ Griffin. I don't know. He was really excited.
Okay. I have no idea who any of those people are other than Jack White.
I hermited when everyone went to
the shows. Yeah. And then it just got me thinking about going to different music festivals, concerts in general.
Yeah, because you've been to, like, a lot.
I've been to a lot. I feel like music festivals are just a recipe for, like, crazy behavior. I feel like when people are at festivals, all bets are off. And they're doing some
so weirdly.
I don't know either.
All bets are off.
All bets are off and people are just wiling out. It's like you put on, you know, a tassel-y vest and some sparkles and you're a different person.
Absolutely.
So I thought it would be fun to just talk about some weird music festival mishaps or festival mishaps or anything that I know I've witnessed and gone through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know that you've gone to as many.
Nowhere near.
I've
been to Coachella once.
And I've never been to Coachella.
Okay.
So I'm curious how
we're
that.
checking all the boxes then.
Yeah, exactly. Mine were like obscure. One of the festivals I went to a lot, which I never would have gone to if it were up to me. I mean, it was up to me, but like I was helping a buddy of mine, Moberry in Portland, shout out, and those smoothies and acai bowls. I used to help him work his cart at these festivals and
with flyers or actually scooping acai,
making acai bowls. And well, that was at that time it was bike powered blenders, so I would be in the hot summer weather on a Schwinn, old 70s Schwinn stationary bike,
Flintstoning acai,
pedaling away these smoothies for just hungover zombie festy people.
Just when I thought a smoothie job couldn't get any worse.
Yeah.
You didn't have power?
No.
Like, it's bad enough to hit the button and then have to clean the fucking thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we were just
good friend, Mariam.
We were just pouring sweat like, you want an extra blended? Okay.
No worries.
Yeah, gotcha. So I went for the first time to that particular festival with him, and we went back a few years in a row because it is actually pretty fun. But I realized I'm a one day. I can go to a festival for a day. I find it fascinating, see all the weird people, all the costumes, you know, this person's on ketamine, that person's on acid. Like, it's just a very fun scene to watch. But after day 2, I'm like, very ready to go home.
Yeah.
So I'm not the best festival goer, but I have been to a handful.
Yeah.
It's just, I remember one time waking up at that particular festival, like I woke up at 6 a.m. or whatever to go serve some smoothies. And these guys in the tent next to me were clearly just hadn't gone to bed. And one of them was like, I'm pretty sure he was on ketamine. And he was just like, dude, the bees. The bees. And he was like talking in slow motion and everything was about these bees. And I'm just like looking at my friends like, what?
Bees?
I am on such a different level of this guy, but we're like, you know, seconds apart from each other. It's just a very weird scenario.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even remember much. I mean, it was, I think my first year of college was when I went to Chile.
Okay.
And there was it was the dust storm. One of the years, I'm sure it's happened a bunch of times, but the year they had this massive dust storm.
Mm-hmm.
I was with a boyfriend at the time named Josh.
Okay.
I did mushrooms for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember skipping around the desert in some sort of fringy frock, thinking I was on Mars. Because, like, the desert can kind of, with those red, you know, mountains and the way the sun goes down over them, it looks...
Yeah. Like outer space.
Like a different planet.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Yeah, the mushrooms will help add to that too.
Yeah, I remember we had the little, like, Lunchable sandwiches, like the ham and cheese, and we put them inside of there.
Oh my God.
I remember one story, but this is so long ago. There was one guy who was buck wild, who, like, always got the drugs for everyone in college. He was, like, a frat guy. And we were kind of in a different crew, but we would go over with them because some of our girlfriends were, like, dating those guys. And so we went over to, like, their camp one day. And he was freaking out, like, just red in the face. Just like, fuck, man! Fuck! So fuck! The whole festival's gonna be fucked! We're like, what is going on? And we're like, he lost his Molly.
Oh.
And like, he had it for the whole group. Like, he had it in some bag that was, like, supposed to supply everyone.
Yeah.
And he is just flipping shit, turning things over, knocking the guacamole down.
Oh.
You know, knocking over the lemonade thing in the Coors Light tower. And... I don't know. I think we finally got him to calm down, like, listen to some music, came back, and then it was, like, sunset. And he went into someone's truck to get, he smoked a bowl, and then he was eating dinner, and then he went into his friend's truck to get a fruit snack.
Okay. As you do.
He took the fruit snacks, and he dumped them out in a giant bag of Molly, came out, and everyone was like, oh, shit! They just went crazy. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
I mean, I have never seen someone so happy.
I believe it.
You know?
It sounds like he just went from, like, the ping pong effect of being so sad.
So sad, but he had found a way to, like, be okay.
With the fruit snacks, that helps.
Like, smoking weed and, like, maybe seeing some music, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's kind of like the gist of it, though. I don't remember. I would say now, I just want, like, an intimate concert. I don't think I'd be able to keep up. Or if I did keep up, I would go, like, full bore, buck wild, see you in 3 days.
Yeah.
Or longer. Like, the recovery time is getting a lot longer.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I don't think I could do... Well, yeah, the first year I went to that festival, I was in my early 20s. And yeah, no way. Like, now my friends are like, we really think you would like Burning Man. Do you want... And I'm like, no, I already know I'm not going to like it.
I'm open to it.
I'm open to it for a day. I will do a day trip to Burning Man. I will go. I will look at the art. I will, like, mingle. I will be one with everyone.
Take your weird little Instagram pictures that are... You take pictures of the architecture.
I'll take my artsy pictures. You know, I'll make some naked friends.
What if you became,
have a great
like,
time.
this Burning Man staple who was building structures for Burning Man?
There are plenty of people like that. I don't think that's for me. But I would go. I would absolutely, even honestly, I could go for a day, stay in a hotel, go back for a day. But that's
Is that
not
even legal?
That's not the way you should do it. I feel like that's not what Burning Man was birthed out of.
Yeah, you're
But
supposed
I'm
to
sure
be
rich
immersed.
people are, like, taking a helicopter in now and, like, landing on the playa and then, like, scampering about and, like, heading out. You know, I'm sure there's a bougie way to do it. And I don't really feel like that's the right way to do it. So I don't think I ever would. But maybe.
I'd go bougie.
But that's, like, it's against what it...
But not in and out on one day. I think they get plopped in via private jet or helicopter. And then they're like, I'll ping you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, too.
I mentally,
Or I think
that's
you
where I'm
tap
at.
like a friend and you're like, what's up, Selena Gomez? Like, I'll pop on your jet. Perfect.
As if you're friends with Selena Gomez.
I know, but I mean, that's what they do.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I mean,
We are like this, Mariam.
Okay.
Mariam.
Sorry, I should have known.
No, but
No,
yeah.
I think just philosophically I have a problem with it because I feel like Burning Man was all about this community, grassroots artists coming together, and now it's like a status thing.
Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway, I don't, but that's the only way I think I would enjoy it is to make it a status thing and just like fly in on a PJ and.
I'm kind of glad you feel the way you do about Burning Man, because if you were the opposite and you went every year, I feel like you would not stop talking about it.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess that just kind of happens to a lot of people, though.
I think so. Like vegans.
Was that supposed to be vegan? Like vegans. Or vegans.
The G didn't really hit.
You know, Burning Man's getting so big that the aftermath, the pre-games and the aftermath are starting to affect my life.
How so?
Because people will be like, hey, do you want to come to this dinner? It's a pre-burn party.
Oh,
do you want to come to
right.
this thing? It's a pre-burn mindfulness session. And I don't mean to talk shit, but I just haven't done it yet, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Do what you enjoy. I'm sure I would have a great time for a limited amount of time.
Like, come to this post-burn clay bath.
Yeah.
And realign your chakras.
Right.
Do you think we have more anxiety as a people and we require more recovery time because we're at ages where more serious shit is going through our heads and potentially coming out of our mouths, therefore?
Therefore, as it were. No, I think...
Therefore, here to now, as it were, as it was, as it always will be.
I think...
By Harry Styles.
We need all this realignment and are over-indexing on mental health because we are so connected to our fucking phones and disconnected from ourselves and other humans that we are lost as a people.
Shoot, really?
That's what I believe, truly. Yeah.
Interesting.
We just lost 10,000 followers.
I just feel like I'm so in the mindset of like evolve or dissolve, evolve or dissolve, evolve or dissolve. And then I notice things as they happen. But then it's just like, is it? Yeah, because of that? Or is it just because of the spread of knowledge? Because we know what we know at our fingertips or choose not to know or look at or what we believe?
I think that's part of it too. Like, I remember graduating college and feeling really I worked in a coffee shop, Dutch Bros. And I just really didn't know what I wanted to do. I graduated and I kind of hated architecture when I graduated school. And I was like, I have zero interest in working in the field that I now have a degree in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm just going to give myself a year and just like keep being a barista and like think about what I want to do with my life. And then I did that. And then after some time, I started like getting back into architecture. So I got sidetracked. The whole point of me saying this is because my grandma at the time, she's still my grandma. She's still my grandma at this time. But at the time, she wrote me a letter. Even though we lived in the same city, but she just like sent it to me in the mail. And it means
more.
Yeah, definitely. I love getting letters and cards from her, but she wrote out how difficult she thought it must be. And again, this is a little dated. It comes from like a patriarchal mindset. Someone who was like, raised to be a housewife, but went to school and created her own career with the support of her husband. But she wrote me this letter saying like, it must be so hard to have all these choices, which is weird to think about. She's like, for me, I could either be a teacher or a nurse or a stay-at-home mom, or librarian, it was like, or secretary. Like, that was it. Those are the things you could do as a woman when she was in her, like, peak career or graduating from college. And she was like, you could do anything. And that must be so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it really resonated with me where I think a lot of people go through that where it's like, what? And then we have knowledge at our fingertips where it's like anything you want to know, you can find out in the matter of seconds, which is incredibly empowering, but can also be incredibly paralyzing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's so much.
I could learn to do anything, but where to start?
Why don't I just watch the, Housewives of Beverly Hills or whatever? Like, it can be so overwhelming and paralyzing. But I remember her writing me that letter. It like articulated exactly what I was feeling but I didn't know that. I just knew that I was stuck and I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I was confused and like, as a result, was doing nothing other than making coffee. And just like having that spelled out, like it's okay to be stuck with indecision when like you have so many options in front of you. So I don't know. I think it's both. I think we have all this information. It can be this amazing thing. It is this amazing thing.
Yeah.
But it's also scary and it's also confusing, and I don't know.
Aside from that letter that your at one point grandma sent to you,
yeah.
Were there other things that you were actively doing throughout that year to find or look or be like, what excites me? What lights my fire?
No, not then. I think since then, yeah. Like for me, within the last 3 years, I've done a lot of that.
Yeah. But that year, like as a, because like.
No, I was just, honestly, I was partying.
Mm-hmm.
I was drinking a lot, doing drugs, going out dancing, which a lot of which I will say, like in my college experience, I've never been to a frat party. I was in the architecture studio until 2 a.m. I worked all the way through school.
Yeah.
So my weekends were work.
Yeah.
My school days were studying and staying up all night working on projects. My only, like, my social life outside of work people was architecture students.
Yeah.
So I didn't have this crazy college life.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated, that's kind of when I was like, okay, I
need some time.
I
want to dance.
Yeah, I can go out.
Beer bong.
Yeah. So I did a lot of that in that year. And then I ended up, I think I gave myself a time limit of don't do anything. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start applying. I think that's what I did. I think I was like, I'm going to start applying for jobs in Portland. And if I get one within 6 months, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't, then I'm going to go live abroad somewhere. Like I was like ready to like uproot and like move to France or whatever.
Just because one of France.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. But yeah, then I ended up getting a job. I applied so many places and I got rejected so many times.
Like, are you handwriting cover letters?
Oh, cover letters, resume. I have a portfolio that I've put together of all my schoolwork. I'm taking informational interviews. I was hustling trying to get a job. And it was like right after the recession. So like so many firms were just not hiring. And if they were, I mean, salaries were so minuscule that I was making more money like at the coffee shop, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I finally like got an interview and a second interview with that company. And then I emailed them every week for 2 months. And it was just like, just checking in.
Hey, it's Mariam.
And that literally like, they kept saying like, we're not ready yet, but keep checking in every week. Just checking in. And then finally, like, I got the job and, yeah, and then at that point, it had been so long since I had done anything with architecture that I was like, I kind of like this again, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I like enjoyed it. I liked getting paid to do the work that I was doing for free and way too much of in school. It felt so adult. Like I had a badge. It was like a very corporate firm. I like had to like scan my badge to go inside. I'm like, wow, I'm big now, you know, like made it big time. But yeah, and then I think the even since then though, it's like that because within architecture, there's all these different scales of projects you can work on and types of projects you can work on, and I have continuously bounced around between them. That was like large scale data centers, like not not like high design work at all.
Yeah.
I learned a ton and then started doing like apartment buildings and office buildings and then started doing houses and furniture and then, you know, interior. Then I got into interiors. But like even within my industry, I've definitely like had a lot of options and just jumped around a lot. And yeah, now I'm at a point where it's like, we'll see what else is next.
You've played a lot of instruments.
I've played
within the field of architecture.
I've played a lot of instruments. Yeah,
that's, in my opinion, what makes like someone great at anything.
Just doing a lot of different shit
within that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, we've talked about it before. You know, you feel like you have to do everything, and it's like,
yeah,
whatever. But you know, you've worked on so many different things that it's like you have the knowledge of A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
But you figured out, okay, what's more fulfilling.
Yeah.
And then those things have like, it's been really fun watching those things start to just like come to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that you've met along the way start aligning some of those things because they know, they remember you from XYZ and they're like, she's really good at this. I'm going to call this person.
Yeah.
You know, you got street cred. You know what I'm saying?
You know, yeah. You build up a bigger network that way too and like meet a lot of interesting people that are like better. Like I mean, I don't know. It's been fun. I like.
You talk about like you're hanging up the towel.
Well,
is that the saying?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. I still do architecture. But yeah, I don't know. I think it just feels like the learning curve has flattened. It's almost like the instruments are running out.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, why don't you do something crazy for me?
Okay. Starting with the studio.
Starting with build me something crazy, Mariam. I mean, we were in team labs together. You know what I want.
I sure do. We're going to need a really good electrical engineer to get you all the lights and the voltage that you need.
Yes.
No, yeah, I think I'm like finally, I feel like it ebbs and flows and I'm like finally in like, if it's a love-hate relationship, I'm in a love phase right now with what I do. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
We'll see how long it lasts.
I feel the same.
Yay!
Aside from the like varying PMS.
Sure.
PMDD, whatever.
Yeah.
Aside from the, I don't believe in myself. I do.
I know. But it's been fun watching you start this new tour because you're like, like you're getting to be yourself on stage more. And it seems like you're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Someone asked me earlier, they're like, does Becky do like stand-up or improv? And I was like, well, she is an actress and she does voice acting and she started in stand-up comedy, but she also does character comedy. So I wouldn't really call it improv, but she can also improvise. Like, I don't know. You also do it all. I don't know. I was like, I don't know exactly what to call her other than she's got multiple personality disorder and could do stand-up as all of them.
I feel like knowing how to improvise is, I'm wondering if I could like compare it or relate it to a tool in your industry. Is there something that helps across the board for everything to know how to do? Then I'm just thinking like, it's like having a computer. It just works really fucking
or
fast.
Like knowing how to draw?
Yeah.
I don't know. It applies to all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Making connections in your head. I don't know.
Yeah.
Being able to do make-believe.
Being able to do make-believe.
I have been playing with ChatGPT and like some AI shit.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. What are we playing with?
Well, because
Writing
I
poems?
follow a couple accounts that are like, if you don't know these 8 tools, get ready to be left the fuck behind.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, save. And it wasn't until yesterday I like went back and looked at them. If you saw my prompts, you'd be like, Jesus, dude.
Oh.
Weren't we together when I put my whole note?
I wasn't with you, but you told me about it.
Worth of jokes
into
it, and it was just like, error, cannot like morally do any of this, whatever the fuck this is. I'm surprised my phone didn't just explode. But It just can gather simple things. Like, so if you teach the chat bot to, like, if you say, okay, you're a professional creative marketer
Okay.
in the field of fast food,
Okay.
come up with 10 slogans that have to do with like blah, 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 or come up with a marketing plan, or come up with a presentation for like this, or come up with a story, a beginning, middle, and end of how I could talk about this.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, and then it comes up with all this shit.
And it's good?
It's hard because I feel like there's a learning curve. There's going to be, I mean, I'm sure classes to learn how to properly fuck with AI. And I feel like I don't have those tools yet.
Does it not freak you out?
Of course it freaks me out. But I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve.
You're trying to harness it.
Yeah, because God, what do I know? They're trying to do good things with it. I also just watched that movie Megan. So
Oh,
it's like,
God.
I'm playing with AI and also watching the movie about the killer robot.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Chucky, okay? But what scares you about it, I guess, is that I can build architecture pieces overnight?
No, I mean, like,
In a matter
any
of seconds?
automated anything is certainly ruining people's careers that have developed a skill set to do the thing that now can be done robotically, right?
Oh, yeah, because we've talked about it for voiceover.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Physical 100 or whatever that show was.
Yeah.
I lost interest in that real quick.
Never got interested. I tried to for the sake of you wanting to talk about it on the podcast, but couldn't do it.
That first ep had me cracking up. But
Yeah.
I haven't kept watching. I think I just feel like it's gonna learn so much because of all these people that are inputting everything into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna take over and
It's going to
kill
figure out
us.
our weakness as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Has that not crossed your mind yet? I feel like
No.
that's always, it's like that movie with Will Smith and the robots.
Men in Black?
I know. Wasn't he in a movie called I, Robot?
I don't know.
I don't know. Or Ex Machina.
The Matrix?
Literally any movie that has a robot ends badly.
Yeah. Except
So,
for Iron Man. I fucking love Iron Man.
I love Robert Downey
I'm taking
Jr.
the Iron Man POV with it.
Okay.
I want to be Tony Stark. Okay?
As she collects her things.
Build little things that make you go, so you can fly over the wire. You know what? I don't know.
But that's not AI. That's just technology. AI is a very specific, like, it can do what artists do. It can do what humans do. It can do what writers do.
But it can't have what? Isn't there something it can't do?
Dance.
Isn't it like an animal? It can't have empathy or something?
I'm sure it will develop empathy.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like it
What if
learns
it starts
all
to
these
develop
things.
What if it starts to develop the same weaknesses that humans have, though? Oh, God. No, I know. It would weed them out. It would go, this is what's good, this is what's bad.
I just think it's...
I think we're in a race against the clock, though, with, like,
Yeah, I want to
the
die.
world exploding, and then...
I want to die before AI really takes over.
Unless it can, like, I don't know, fix me up.
Maybe. Maybe. In what way?
I don't know, like, unless it could build robots that go in and know how to just pew, 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 zap cancer
That would be great.
and do surgeries properly, because there's so much, like you say, the biggest margin of error with robots is humans fucking with robots. So I think that
They do
actually
have that.
right there is our demise.
They have robots, but okay, I think robots are different than AI.
I see.
You know, like, it's one thing to have an automated like mechanism that can do a physical task.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little creepy, but like I feel like can definitely do good. With the precision that you can get with mechanics is way more than humans, right?
I was at a restaurant.
Okay.
It had robot delivery people.
Uh-huh.
Like, you would order with a robot and it would go, "Meow," and then it would come back with your plate of chicken tenders.
Uh-huh.
Never spilled.
Okay, right? So like that,
And you didn't have to have any small talk.
exactly. That's what freaks me out about AI in particular.
Oh, you want to have your witty banter and your small talk?
No. I think it is the beginnings of developing thought. And in my mind, kind of, also with the very heavy disclaimer that I do not know shit about AI, but like, I feel like you're creating a new species, right? Like if there's like animals don't have, well, it's crazy because animals do experience love and familiar, whatever, recognition and all. They have a lot of human like emotions. Humans have emotions plus intellect. And then AI, I think, could develop obviously intellect once it develops this emotional capacity. Then they're far superior than humans.
But haven't they, haven't they coded in to make sure that it can't be superior in some regard for certain things?
I don't think so. I think this is the wild, wild motherfucking West.
A billionaire will come in and fuck it up.
Maybe. Or maybe all the billionaires that are in the leading edges of tech right now all want to see what's possible.
Yeah.
And they're unwilling to put in, stoppers.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. Kind of exciting to be part of this time, We grew up when we were little tots, no cell phones whatsoever. We got to see that come to fruition.
Yeah.
We got to be on for that curve.
Do you remember your first password?
God, no. Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was my library number from elementary school.
Really?
Which is, it might still be my password for something, so I don't want to say it.
Mine is definitely not. I remember we got our first like family computer, and we were each able, like, you had your own screen name or whatever, and you had your own password. And mine, I was in first grade. I think first grade is when you learn about time, like how to read clocks. And I made my password Time Girl.
Mariam!
Really liked time.
Time Girl?
Time Girl, yeah.
Oh my God. That's so wholesome and precious.
Yeah.
Time Girl.
I'm Time Girl. Like as if I were a superhero.
That's
who's
your superpower.
Really good at reading time. I can tell time pretty fast.
We've deviated completely from festivals.
I know. I kind of like the ride we're on, though.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this AI chat.
Somebody like does some Molly or some ketamine looking to listen to like a really fun festivals episode and we're like, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
We're all fucked.
Robots are taking over. No, I do. Well, I mean, the one other thing about festivals that I think has always, I mean, I've talked to you about like how I don't trust DJs, or I just feel like DJs have too much power. And the first time I ever had that thought was at a festival where it was like incredibly dry, super dusty. We were all in this field where like literally you're just inhaling dust.
Yeah.
I was coughing up black for the next week after this festival because of how much dust I had inhaled. And we're at this stage and the DJ's like in the mic. People are just clustered in and they're dancing. So dust is just like billowing up.
Yeah, you guys are causing a little bit of it.
We're causing more of it. And then the DJ's like has all the power, mic in his hand, and tells everyone to stomp. And I was like with my friends and I'm like, this motherfucker, like, we can't breathe already, and you're telling all of us to stomp, and like idiots, we're stomping.
Yeah.
And the plumes of dust were just billowing up, and I'm just like, can we stop stomping? Like, why are we listening to this fucking idiot? Like, we're the ones who are suffering here.
Do you remember the
crazy.
DJ?
I don't remember who it was, but I remember then I like went off on this whole like rant with my buddies that I was with, and I was like, he's just like, hey, break your beer bottle and stab your friend in the fucking stomach, and we're like, yeah, smash, and just stabbing everyone. It's like, what are we doing blindly following this idiot? He's clearly telling us something that is bad for our health, and we're just like, stop. Crazy.
It's nice note because you've read to me your historical joke premises over time and hearing that, but now finally hearing this end of the story.
Yeah.
Like, it's just interesting. I would have loved to hear the rest of that much earlier.
Right. Well.
But it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
And it's great.
That damn DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't like it either.
I know. But I have had some moments, well, this isn't really a music festival, but at Oktoberfest, which is this, like, German, in Leavenworth, Washington. It's this little Bavarian town.
Yep.
They do an Oktoberfest.
Biergarten.
Yeah, exactly.
Sausage.
And I used to go, a few years in a row, I used to go with some friends. We would rent an RV and we would drive up there. And it was just like, tons of drinking and and we would dress up. And first year I went, I was with a boyfriend. The second year, or maybe the third year I went, we had broken up. And I think that year, because I was wearing the little costume, the little dress and the long socks, and I kept getting complimented by super drunk guys. And then I just thought it would be funny to see if I could make money by offering to take photos with them. And,
like a girl on the Vegas Strip? Oh my God.
I was going around just being like, I'll take a picture with you for like $5. And like, we were just making money.
Oh my God.
And then it turned into like for drink tickets. So like dudes are just giving us their drink tickets just to like pose and take a photo. I have some of the photos. I'll dig them up and we can post them to our Instagram or something.
Mariam, you filthy slut.
I know. And then I remember that day there was, and it was like kind of like we talked about in the last episode where like I truly didn't do this in any type of like salacious way. I was like, this is hilarious that this is working. And then I remember this guy there who was like, towering over everyone. He was so much taller. He had like longish curly brown hair. He was wearing a fur jacket, like I don't know, big puffy jacket, and a zebra print rainbow spandex and Ugg boots.
Okay.
And I was like, I had like, it was easy to spot, you know?
Of course.
And I think I mentioned something to my friends when I got there. I was like, look at that guy's outfit. That's crazy. We were all kind of like laughing about what this guy was wearing. Later in the night, I was hungry and I went to go get a bratwurst and it had sauerkraut on it. And the guy was in the tent where the food was. And I get my bratwurst and I just walk right up to him, like stomp my drunk ass up to him. And I go, you look like an idiot. And then I like take a huge bite out of the bratwurst and I have sauerkraut hanging out of my mouth. And he goes, you look like a fucking idiot. And then he eats, like kisses me and eats the bratwurst and sauerkraut out of my mouth. And I was just shook. Like I was just like, what just happened?
That is the man you will marry.
Dude,
that's it right there, Mariam.
We fell in love
like
hard.
If
that
anyone,
night.
if that ain't a Mariam meet cute, like the weirdest fucking story ever. Sauerkraut?
Yeah.
I mean, I love sauerkraut, so I get where he's coming from, but
secondhand sauerkraut is a whole different ballgame.
Secondhand bratwurst and sauerkraut, and just you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Like the most kindergarten sandbox shit I've ever heard.
I know. It was the grossest and funniest thing, and then we just like hit it off. We were inseparable the entire night. Our friends were like, you know, like, where are you going? And I was just like, I'm just hanging. I wish I remember his name. We did exchange numbers. And then I freaked out later because he was in Portland and he wanted to see me. And I was like,
festival boy.
Yeah, I just can't.
We're going to find him.
He was, I said he was Australian too, right?
No, you left that out.
He was Australian. And like from Australia. I think he was riding a motorcycle all across the US. That was his, like, why he was there.
Mm-hmm.
So we hung out that entire night. My friends went back to the RV. He and I were still, I was like, I'll just meet you guys there. He had the story gets weirder.
Oh, no.
He had automatic skateboard. Like it was a longboard that had the remote control, so you could, and like fat
he's
tires.
Alan Gingrich.
And so we also like either won or just found these big steins. So we're carrying these 2 glass like giant mugs around.
What could possibly go wrong?
And he's like, get on the skateboard. So I'm on the skateboard standing in front of him. He's got his arm around me, like holding me steady. And I've got these 2 glasses. And he's remote controlling us around. We take a turn and eat shit. And it was this like populated intersection. Took the turn too hard, and I just go flying with the mugs. He's like rolling on top. We're both just like in the road. I remember everyone on the sides were just like, whoa! Like people are pointing. I'm like, is there any broken glass? No, I'm good. Like, mind you, I'm still in this stupid German costume. And yeah, and then he was like, come back to my tent. I'll drive. Like, he's like, you don't have to go back to your friends in the RV. Like, I'll take you. I was like, no, we're leaving at 6 a.m. to go back to Portland. Like, I'm going back to the RV. And he's like, I'll take you on my motorcycle. I'll take you back to Portland. And that's where like, I was like, no, I'm not staying in your tent.
Yeah.
And then riding your motorcycle 5 hours to get back to Portland.
But what if you did, Mariam?
I know. And this is honestly,
I
who
feel
knows?
like I would have said yes.
I feel like I should have said yes. I always get into this predicament where I'm like,
yeah,
my heart wants something, but my rational brain is like, no.
Don't do it.
Yeah, what are we doing? Don't do it. Which is why I don't make a lot of bad decisions.
Why? Yeah, I also... Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't trust to ride on his motorcycle if he couldn't control a fucking skateboard.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I'm like, I just met this guy.
Also, you don't have to ride back to Oregon with him. You can spend the night together and then go your separate ways. Like,
I knew I was not going to wake up at 6. This was like 3 a.m. at this point. There was no way I was going to wake up on time and like make it back to the RV.
Well, maybe you didn't go to bed then. You know,
you're right.
There wasn't any part of you that wanted to hook up with furry mink coat man?
We were making out all night. Like I
want to take it a step further.
I'm telling you, love. I was in love.
Of course you were.
I always do this.
You are 5. You're 5.
I know.
And it's cute, but
grow the fuck up.
No, I'm 5 too, but in different ways. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, we fell madly in love. I didn't end up staying with him, but we did exchange numbers, and then
so his number would be in your phone.
I just remembered his name, Shane.
Look it up.
It was in my phone forever as Shane Oktoberfest, but I deleted it at some point.
Why?
I was clearing out contacts. I don't know. Let me see.
Mariam, I have a contact in my phone from 87 years ago that's Vegas Big Dick.
Just phone him right now. Let's get him on the horn. Let's ask this guy what's up.
We gotta find this guy.
Shane, if you're out there.
Guys, if you know this is a missed connection if he's still with us, Jesus. We're living life on the edge.
That's the other thing. It's like, when rational brain kicks in, it's like, if some stranger is willing to eat a bratwurst out of your mouth, they've made some other questionable decisions in their life.
I suppose.
Do you want to trust them in their tent? Do you want to trust them on their motorcycle?
Yeah.
I probably, what I do regret? I don't regret not staying with him that night. I don't regret not riding the motorcycle back to Portland. I do wish I would have met up with him for a drink.
In Portland.
So
do I. And I think our listeners will too.
Yeah.
And when we find him, you guys will go on a film date.
If you ever know anyone who's eaten a bratwurst with sauerkraut out of someone's mouth in Leavenworth, Washington.
Who wears a mink coat.
And
motorcycles.
Rides a motorcycle.
Is Australian.
Has rainbow zebra print spandex and Ugg boots.
What year was this?
I could find out.
Were the Ugg boots a real negative for you?
They weren't a positive. But obviously not enough of a negative to stop me from what I was doing,
Yeah.
To get me out of my love for this man.
You've had quite a few festy stories. We also got quite a few on the Start at Birth account.
Yeah, we asked earlier just for some wild stories from music festivals. Just because, again, it feels like everything's off the rails. We got a few where I was like, our fans are nuts. The people, y'all listening to this show have done some weird shit at festivals.
Like what you just said isn't fucking weird. These are all very normal from what I'm looking at. Me, my wife, our sister-in-law, and about 5 guys sucked on one girl's titties all in a row. Standard as hell.
That one I was cracking up at because I was like, I don't even think I can picture this.
Yeah, how would that work?
My wife, our sister-in-law, and about 5 guys sucked on one girl's titties all in a row. Was it just like
8 people?
Like, how does that...
8 people suckling at the teat?
Suckling at the teat, yeah. That was an interesting one.
Someone got airlifted because she went into labor. Iconic.
Could you imagine being that close to giving birth?
Can you imagine being that baby? That legendary baby?
The story you tell of your birth? Yeah, pretty impressive.
Like as though you did anything other than be shat out.
Yeah, but you're
why
destined...
I keep calling birthing shat out.
Yeah. Sorry. As our podcast confuses a lot of new moms.
Yeah, I don't know if we said this. We got a message from a guy very lengthy, assuming this was a birthing podcast.
Yeah.
And he wrote like an essay full of he was about to be a new dad, and he asked us all these questions.
He's like, I could really use your advice. How should I connect with the baby? Should I whisper into my wife's belly, and should I do belly farts on her belly?
We just start coaching him through the whole thing.
You got this, buddy. Just get
do
in.
it.
Play
belly
music.
kisses are great, but you know what she'll really like if you pour whipped cream on her belly and eat some sauerkraut off of it.
Just gather around 6 other people and just suck her titties all in a row.
Oh God! My friend's husband was so drunk he peed on my leg. Wow, another man's husband.
I mean, a lot of these. It's hard with the Instagram replies because there's not enough deets. Like I want to know. Was he confused?
Mariam
was it on
wants,
purpose?
Yeah, Mariam wants full novels.
You know
telenovelas.
Me. Yeah, I need the whole story.
Had sex with a random guy that hit on me in his car after the concert was over. And that's on period.
And that's on period.
I feel like I would have done that.
I could see that for you.
Oh, God. Right. Forgot my entire suitcase for Bonnaroo. Bought my entire festival wardrobe at Walmart.
I can't like I could just picture like buying a 6-pack of Hanes and then you just cut it up to have tassels. Like these white t-shirts will work.
Yeah, you could get real creative with that. It would almost be fun because then you wouldn't have to like have too many outfits to choose from.
Totally. Just get some puffy paint and some glitter.
Yeah.
You're good.
Pasties.
There you go.
Regularly slept in piles of t-shirts under the merch table at festivals.
Genius. That's a festival hack. That's not even
That's
a
smart.
Crazy story. That's just a very wise person right there.
But if it was my merch,
you're buying it all.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Weird shit happens if it's all these people coming together, you know, a lot of firsts at festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even though Mariam asked on Instagram, if you do have any stories, we are pissing ourselves at the ones you guys are sending. Oh, did we?
We have a follow-up. Oh my God. We forgot to read it.
Okay.
We have got those of you who listened. So a couple episodes ago.
We told a story about a gal who was nervous to shit in front of her roommate. Didn't want to see her roommate, so she was shitting in a bucket in her room.
Yep.
And she heard us tell her story on the podcast, and she sent another email.
She sent a follow-up after hearing us talk about it, and we felt like it was worth reading because it's also, I could just feel for her so much. Mm-hmm. So she said, hearing you read this email out loud and discuss me oh my God. I am the worst at reading out loud.
Do you want me to do it?
Nah, I got it. I can do this. Okay, she said, hearing you read this email out loud and discuss it has me absolutely dying of laughter and embarrassment. I laughed the whole time you were talking about it. It's so embarrassing and gross, but it was just too good not to tell you both. As I listened to you talk about it, I remembered that the container in my room was a fucking mini cooler, so it had a lid that I could shut. Even saying that, I am done with myself. Anyway,
We should send her a gift card or something.
we gotta hook her up. Maybe we'll send her once we.
Can we get this girl a Red Robin gift card? Something.
Just send her a bucket.
Get well. Let's send her a Yeti.
Yeah. Exactly. You should not be using that mini cooler if you still have it.
Hell no.
Let's get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild. I never thought about her having to listen to us talk about it and what that might do. But man,
Sweet gal.
at least it had a lid.
Yeah.
If it was just sitting in the room for a while,
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I mean, when the dog shits once on the carpet, I'm like, it's everywhere. I can smell it everywhere.
Yeah.
Because that's how it first started happening when she was a puppy. I'd be in the kitchen and she'd be somewhere else and I would just go.
Oh, same. When I was dog sitting your dog this weekend.
It happened once, Mariam. Fuck off.
I'm just saying, I took her out 4 times earlier.
I've already taken her out 37 times today.
Okay, I'm just saying, it was pouring down rain.
I know. You're right.
And I'm like,
you're right. I'm sorry.
okay.
We're very thankful that you babysat Sandy.
I know, she was really cute. I miss her. But took her out, peas, no poop. Take her out again, no poop, no poop, no poop, no poop. We're watching this movie. I'm like, and I talked to you about it, and you're like, honestly, she doesn't eat that much. It's probably fine. I'm like,
it's my fault.
No, I'm just saying I felt good. I was like, okay, maybe she just doesn't poop twice a day. All good.
Yeah.
No, I'm sitting there watching Lord of the Rings marathon, and I did the same thing. I was like, Sandy, did you poop? And I like lift my head up, and sure enough, right on the rug, she just couldn't be bothered with the wet grass.
Do you feel a little bit like who? Because Erin cares when she shits on the. I mean, I know she's supposed to learn at some point, and she is learning.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if an accident happens, I'm like, who cares? But I feel like you're like, no.
I've worked in enough offices that had dogs in them, and once the dog poops on the rug, they will forever poop in that same spot on the rug, as will any other dog that enters your home. Yeah. So I think you might need a new rug for the problem to stop.
Yeah, the puppy rug's going to be gone with the wind.
Puppy rug gone. Anyone want a new rug? Send this girl a rug.
Feel free to give it a shit.
Yeah. Who needs a bucket when you got a rug?
Yeah. I do have a couple new stand-up dates we added. Salt Lake City. Mm-hmm. Wise Guys is going to be September 28th and 29th. 4 shows. And then we're adding a second San Diego show, a second show at the House of Blues. Same night, just a late show. It sold out really fast. Probably because I went to college there and people still floating around, Mm-hmm. And so we added a second one at the House of Blues. Tickets will go live, I think, by this is the time is out. You get it. And then we're adding another show in LA at the Improv. I forget the date, but everything will be on entitledhousewife.com. And we also have a ton of merch coming up that will probably be up by the time this is live.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah. So go and get yourself some. And we love you guys. Thank you, as always, for listening. Keep sending us your stories. Start at birth.
Sorry. Excuse me.
At gmail.com.
Start at birth pod.
Fuck off.
You said it wrong.
I'm sorry. Start at birth pod at gmail.com. Instagram start at birth.
Again, check out Osceola at osceola.skatepark. We'll also tag them in our Instagram so you can donate to Marsh doing cool things.
Yeah, have a great week. Don't let anyone fuck with you, okay?
Yeah.
Listen. And if you need to just get in your car and eat some Taco Bell and blast some fucking some Def Leppard, then do it.
Just get after it.
Yeah.
Channel your music festival self.
Yeah.
Really let loose this week.
Yeah. Glue your butt cheeks together.
Yeah.
Frigon.
Are we not going to end the way we always end?
Oh, no, of course we are.
I'm waiting for my cue.
Oh, I'm so sorry. As always, I've been Bagels McRobinson.
And I still am Mariam Moligafari.
Mariam. God.